Welcome back to Cake and Bake. I'm Cake.
And, look. There it goes.
Welcome back to Verbal War Wednesdays.
Today is Wednesday on Verbal Wars.
Very.
And, so we got 5 questions, 5 answers. Let's start off with the first question. What is your favorite smell? If you had to pick a favorite smell, what would it be? Huh?
I don't think that's appropriate for camera.
Oh, whatever. What's your favorite smell?
I don't know. I like
What do you
vanilla
mean you don't
candles.
know?
Oh, I do know. It's the Hawaiian air freshener thing. It's like Hawaiian Breeze or something.
Hawaiian Breeze?
Yeah, I have like
Like a Febreze spray you're talking about?
it's like a Febreze spray. There's candles like it. There's like the outlet things like it. I have garbage bags that are scented like it. I don't know. When I was living in Madison, I got like hooked on this air freshener, and like every time I have to pick out an air freshener, that's my go-to air freshener. I also like vanilla candles.
I would have to say that my favorite smell is like restaurant style, like garlic bread. I guess it doesn't even have to be restaurant style, but just the smell of like garlic bread cooking just makes like the whole room smell like toasted garlic. Oh my god, that is like the best smell ever. It's delicious.
Shout out to people who love food way too much. What is one thing you would like to change about the world?
Well, first thing that came to my mind was food, because you just, got done talking about it. But really, in reality, and don't take this the wrong way, which I'm sure some people will, if you fix one thing about the world, they'll stop complaining about it, but they're just going to complain about something else. But something else is wrong. Like I was thinking, we've got enough food that we throw away to feed the rest of the world, right? We do. If we solved that by figuring out some way that everything that we threw away was okay to ship somewhere else for somebody else to eat, and we were able to solve food hunger, that would be great. But then they would just forget about it, and they would start complaining about something else that the world has a problem with. So I would think just stereotypes, just everywhere there's stereotypes about people and races and stuff like that, and it's just bull. If we quit that would solve a lot of problems.
Would you eliminate stereotypes, or would you try to prove that these stereotypes are right and these stereotypes are wrong? Or these, you know what I mean?
I think I would just try to eliminate stereotypes, because there's bad people, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what they are. There's just bad people, and then there's good people, and they need to just, that is the line. Like everything else does not matter and should never matter.
Right. Like that one's good, that one's bad.
Right.
But isn't that a stereotype, kind of?
Well, I mean, no.
Because stereotypes aren't necessarily wrong. It's just, you know what I mean? Because, how would you know if that person is bad or good? Would you be like, that person looks like this, so they're bad, and that's a stereotype? Or would you be able to, look up their track record, Google eye?
No, there wouldn't be any certain way. I mean, then you're changing the word stereotype to opinion. Your opinion about that person is that they're bad because of this, which is whatever. It's, if the person is a bad person, it's because they gave themselves that name for things that they have done that are wrong, Criminal record could have a lot to do with that, but doesn't necessarily need to be that. Or they might have a little bit of a criminal record, but they've changed, and they are not looked at as bad, so... What about you? What's your answer?
I don't know. I'm really just trying to...
You're trying to milk on mine.
Yeah, I'm trying to push yours as long as it'll go.
What a butthole!
What was the question?
Really?
What is one thing you want to change about the world?
Man, this mind's in another planet right now. What do you want to change about the world?
Your hair right now.
Yeah?
No,
I
I'm
did.
just kidding.
I did try to.
I'm still I still have no answer.
I tried to faux hawk this, and it's too long now.
Oy.
Don't.
I really have no answer. I love the world. I wish that.
Such a liar.
I feel like there's certain things that we could get into that we have discussed that we wouldn't get into. And I feel like at this time,
It isn't a conflict between us. It's just there are certain topics that you just
yeah,
don't touch on.
we don't want to touch on, and
like politics, religion, like we just don't touch those.
we don't like to go on those. And at this time, some of those things are just like in full effect.
Yep.
But I suppose the one thing that I would want to change would be practice what you preach. Like, I wish that people would practice what they preached, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Simple, you know.
For example, if you're somebody that says, "Oh, blah blah blah," there's always so much drama there, and then they go off and they create drama.
Yeah.
After that, it's like, why the hell would you?
Yeah, or if you're this person is so blah blah blah, and then they go act like that. They're totally
Two-faced.
Totally this drives me crazy. If you have a problem with somebody doing something, don't do that thing. That's what
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Next question: what is the least favorite thing about this week? Having to answer that question is the worst thing that I could be doing right now. Driving. I hate driving, and I'm going to be driving a lot this week. I don't like going on long drives. I don't mind driving short distances, point A, point B, done. But I don't like driving a couple hours at a time.
Can it be something that hasn't happened this week yet?
Yeah, I mean, I just said I'm going to be driving a lot, and so I feel like
that's something you've done, and
yeah, both sides. But I don't. I mean, I do it to myself though. It's kind of a decision to drive, but I do these things. Anyways, I don't like driving for long distances, and I don't want to do it.
Learn to fly. That's really what it
Learn. Let's make a teleportation device.
Yeah, that's time travel.
Well.
So you can just repeat this show over and over again.
Over and over and over and over.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching a time. I want to just talk about this. This is not a sponsor. There's a new James Franco TV show on Hulu. Have you seen it? I don't know what it's called. It's called 11 something 60.
I know what you're talking about. No, I haven't seen it.
Watch it. Everybody watch it. That shit is crazy. I love it.
Right now, I'm stuck on 9-9.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I'm so on top of that show. It just came and go. But this James Franco show is the first show in a long time that I've been I need another episode. I need another episode. So totally let me know if you've seen it, because I want people to talk to about it, and nobody else has seen it. So just hit me up on Facebook. Let's talk about James Franco and how beautiful he is.
So back to Verbal Wars. Least favorite thing this week for me, I think, is going to be tomorrow. It's actually kind of a catch-22. There is this thing at my son's school called Donuts with Dad.
Muffins with Mom?
Yeah, Muffins with Mom, Donuts with Dad. Except it's just Donuts with Dad. So I'm going to go there and see my son on a week that I wouldn't normally see him, so that's great. I'm looking forward to spending some time with my son. That's awesome. The whole donuts aspect of it doesn't sound like a real good decision.
How's that weight loss going?
Good. I'm kind of at a plateau. But anyways, I'm going to go there and then not have any donuts and watch everybody else eat donuts, and then explain to my son why Daddy doesn't want to eat any donuts because he doesn't want to get fatter than he normally is. So I'm not looking forward to that, but I am looking forward to seeing my son. Does that make sense?
I feel like you should eat a donut.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, what if your son was you can do challenges with cake, but you can't eat a donut with me?
Because my son doesn't say stuff like that, and he doesn't go like this when he talks to me.
Watch James Franco shows. And eat a donut. Just eat a donut. Yeah. Eat a small one.
So we have a requested question. If you could go anywhere on vacation, where would you go? And the question comes from Carissa Kraus. And, side note, who would you take with you?
I want to go to Dubai. I just want to see what it's all about.
It looks really cool.
Yeah, it looks like
really expensive.
I want to see if like I feel like it's portrayed to be. You know, it's like portrayed to be like this huge, elegant, like fancy, expensive experience, and I want to see if I get that from that. You know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I want to go to Dubai. I want to see like what is that thing? It's like an animal, like the islands.
The
and
thing, it's an animal.
Anyways,
that
I
was
want to
very
see.
general.
No, like the islands or the peninsulas are like made to look like an animal.
Oh.
Like some kind of fish or something. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I want to see it with my own eyes. I want to go to Dubai. I want to ride a
With who?
tiger. I would say my wife, but she hates flying and she hates water, so she would not want to fly over the water. I'd probably go by myself. Unless like somebody wants to go. I'll bring anybody. Let's fucking rent a plane. Let's take a whole plane full of people.
Comment in the box below if you want to go with Jake to Dubai.
And if you want to buy my ticket.
No, nobody's gonna comment.
Oh.
So,
well, I'm not just gonna buy everybody tickets to Dubai. Buy to Dubai.
And okay, before I say this, I want to say I'm sorry, honey. Just a heads up, okay? Because I know this was not your fault. It's just the way that it works. A lot of people get seasick. Went on a cruise for like 3 or 4 days, something like that. Hit a whole bunch of different, like, Mexico and some other stuff. And it was a really good time.
I would like to hit a whole bunch of Mexico, too.
A whole bunch of Mexicos. Girlfriend got seasick. A lot of people get seasick,
Yeah.
especially it being our first cruise. We didn't know how it was going to end up. I would like to do a cruise again. And I know that I would not be able to take her with me because she would get sick. Otherwise, she would be first on the list to take with. But since she's not, I don't know who I would take with. I would just like want to take a friend or something like that. Somebody that would, have a really good time, stay up late with me. There's a million things to do on the cruise ship. Hit the casino, go to the bars, just do fun stuff. So.
I mean, I'm pretty fun and I stay up pretty late. So.
Well, you're not taking me to Dubai, so,
I mean, I said if you buy my ticket, anybody can go.
You have more money than I do.
Hell no!
All right, that leads us to our fifth and final question. Would you rather age from the neck up or age from the neck down? If you had to choose.
I feel like... I don't know, I feel like this would be like a gender question. Because I feel like women age differently from the neck down. And I know, like, I was actually at the bar the other night with my wife and some of her friends, and they were talking about certain parts aging differently, and they're not looking forward to them doing certain things. But if a guy started getting a little bit saggy and started hanging a little bit low...
the question is given to us.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It's
like,
us.
Like, I would probably age from the neck down because I can just cover all that. I can cover up with a shirt, pants. Like, if I age from the neck up, like, I'm not just going to wear, like, a ski mask. I probably won't be able to walk into a lot of gas stations that way.
Yeah. Because I'm the one that kind of picked these questions, and I didn't have, like, a whole lot of time to think about it because I'm just whatever. I thought about answering it the same way. Like, I wanna look, like, healthy up here all the time, Because you're right, you can cover all this. But now that I heard your answer, mine changed. I actually would prefer to age neck up. And it's because everything important is down here. I mean, this is pretty important. But all this is important, too, to keep you alive and stuff like that. So, I mean, I just think, like... being able to do, like, daily things, go to work, run around with your kid outside, keep up in the sack, whatever, as long as you are aging here and not here, I mean, you should be good for, like, a really, really long time, until you just get sick of moving.
I would just hate to be, like, see that, like... You went to a beach, and there's just a guy with, like, a definite line. Like, he just stopped aging right here. It's just, like, old, like...
I mean, either way...
Bad skin, like, no hair, and just, like, 16 from like the neck down.
I mean, either way, it's gonna look weird.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and either way, you would be like super lucky if you had one or the other.
Yeah,
even if you
for
didn't
sure.
get to choose.
I mean, when
So-
I thought about your answer, it's like, what do you like? You lose some hair, you know, you get like some
Right.
wrinkles up here, but like down there, like you can throw a hit. Like,
I mean, right? If you,
so I mean, yeah,
if you
you're
love,
right, yeah.
if you're with whoever you love, you know they're gonna love you for who you are on the inside, and it's not gonna really matter what you look like as you get older. If you're lucky to have one or the other, I'd rather physically be younger, instead of just up here, you know.
Mhm.
So, it's gonna suck like when I get old and I'd like have like dementia or Alzheimer's, and I'm all like, oh, remember that? And, like somebody pisses me off, and then I have like the punch of a 16-year-old or an 18-year-old to the face, like when I'm all old and grumpy and angry. That's probably gonna suck for whoever, Whereas in real life, it's like, Grandpa, no, Grandpa, no.
But if you don't age from the the neck up, would like none of the would like Alzheimer's and the things that happen in the brain and the head not happen because you're not aging from the neck up?
I don't know.
That's like a really weird thought. You know what I mean? Like, for something that takes effect from the neck up, and it's not aging, would those things not come into effect? Like, if something like brain disease or something like that ran in your family and you knew that was a possibility, like maybe you could prevent that. That's just, I mean, I don't know the answer. I don't have the answer. It's just like something that I'm super curious about. Like, if you
I think
could've-
there's a really, like, medically, there's like a million things.
Oh yeah.
I'm
I'm just trying to think of like what you would benefit more from. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
like I don't have a problem with aging. I don't care what I look like, obviously. But anyways, like if you went medically, like, oh, your bones and your joints and your hips and like everything from the neck down would stay healthy, or like your brain would stay sharp and you wouldn't have the memory loss from getting older, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right, like people talk about like their hands as they get older, they get like
Yeah.
carpal tunnel and stuff, and like how excruciatingly painful
Mhm.
that it can be. Like if you just had the choice to not have that, and
Yeah.
you had younger limbs like forever. Yeah, it's a hard question to answer, but that's
Yeah.
we should have
It's-
figured we were going to be kind of different on that. So, thanks for watching Verbal Wars.
The comment shout out of the day goes out to Stuff Guy 7, and he said, "Has anyone really been far even as decided to use even go want to do look more like?"
Wow,
Thanks, Stuff Guy.
wow.
Appreciate the comment. Be sure to leave your comments below, and we might pick you for the next shout out.
Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. The links are in the description below.